I'm JJ Graham, and I'm very grateful to be a part of the Beaux Arts group. And this is my work called The Phoenix and the Dove. And I won't say too much about what it means to me personally, but because I try to keep a little bit of ambiguity, I think it's important that viewers can have their own experience with a painting, much like you would read a poem. But I will talk a little bit about my inspiration and some about my process. A lot of my work is done from doing black and white sketch. I don't really work from a lot of references, so all the colors become arbitrary, which means I don't use a lot of local color. And so at that point, once I kind of have an idea, it becomes kind of this puzzle that I have to put together, and I work from areas of high contrast back and forth, and then generally I decide the midtones. And a lot of my recent works have to do with man, woman, and nature. I think growing up in the South and playing in forest and running through trails, there's always a part of me, I think, that's trying to get back to nature. And maybe I will say a little bit about this piece. The reason I titled it The Phoenix and the Dove, and I did title it after I had finished the piece and I was trying to figure out why I actually wanted to paint this. I love the idea of her sitting in kind of this place of peace where he's coming out of the shadows. So there's a little bit of that male feminine energy. She's more like the dove. She's at one with nature. She's sitting in the light. He's coming into the light, and so that's the phoenix. And I think maybe if I could twist that into being a social statement, I think some of us are naturally, just kind of in the light, and we're born into being more at one with nature, and some of us kind of have to rise out of our own ashes a few times before we make that entrance into that state. And I think sometimes as men, we're more connected to our egos and our machismo and those type things. But I think that we all want to return to nature, and we all want to find that place of peace in the light. And I can relate to him. I feel like I've had to rise from my ashes several times, but I'm always trying to get here. I guess maybe this piece is more symbolic to me than a lot of others. I hope people enjoy it. I'm constantly trying to refine my mark making. I say that my style of painting is a lot of color and my handwriting blown up to my shoulder. So it's all painted back here. But I've always loved to look at paintings like Bernard, and I love the Bay Area figurative painters. I love a lot of the French novice. I hear a lot of people accuse me of being a little Gauguin sometimes. I'll take that, but I love color, and I love paintings that are visceral, and I see a lot of that in this show, so I'm very happy to be here and be included.